Five, four, three, two, one. Welcome back to the Five Tree Podcast, losers. Yeah, I'm
All right.
joined with Nico again. Say hi. You
53 gang.
never
What's
say
up? This is
hi.
Nico. I said it right now. I
Yeah,
said it
with the
right now.
past like 3 episodes, you never said, or two, I don't know, you never said it.
Well, like it's not consistent. You have to add like a lot of introduction.
I don't.
So retarded,
I don't
bro.
have any. I don't have any people. The
Well,
most
I
I
don't
have.
know. You
What?
can have like other introductions of people where you add things, then add-ons, and then that's
What do
where
you
you
want me to
say
say? The glorious.
just say the straight and honest introduction. Be like, all right, this is my co-host.
No, that's too
His name
corny.
is no, it's not corny.
That's too
It's just.
corny. Fine, I'm joined with my
Anyway,
co-host Nico. There, you happy?
okay, there you go. There
Fucking
you go.
hell.
There you go. So
Jesus
we have a
Christ.
new topic today. We're gonna cover about
Yeah.
I don't
So
know if yeah
let
we're
me
gonna
explain it. So I was watching this thing on Joe Rogan's podcast, like a clip that he has with some like I'm gonna say British, but I know British and Australian sound the same, but I'm gonna say British, like astrophysicist or something, or astronomer, and he was talking about um like like if do you think that we're the only intelligent beings in the universe? And just to cut it short, like just to summarize it, the guy said he said in the galaxy, yeah, I think we are, but in the universe, we don't know. And then Joe Rogan at one point said, like, do you think we're just like too, what's the word, underdeveloped as a civilization for them to care if there
yeah
is other human life, or not human life, other extraterrestrial life? So that was thinking, I was like, huh, I love this shit. Let's talk about it on a podcast, and here we are. So I guess I'll give my take first just to start it.
bring it on. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking that this the world or the universe is so vast. There has to be something. There has to be some kind of living being. It's fascinating to think that we're the only um form of intelligent life in the known universe, if that's true. That is insane to me because hello, the universe is still expanding from what people say, the Big Bang, and it's still going, it's still expanding fast. And there could you don't know, there could be intelligent life, there could be not, but just to think that, like, if we were the only form of intelligent life in the universe, that is fucking crazy.
Yeah, that is fucking crazy. And just to think that like, what is it like 43? Because I was watching one of the videos. I think it was Vsauce. You guys don't
Vsauce.
know
I like
the
watching Vsauce.
Vsauce that Michael here. Vsauce Michael
Vsauce
here.
Michael here.
But he was explaining in one of his videos where calculated how long until, or basically how long the universe is, like the whole universe based on the how we observe it,
Mm-hmm.
so-called observable.
Mm-hmm.
And guess how much the fucking number is, dude? It's fucking
What is the
ginormous.
number?
It's I think it's like close to a trillion. Yeah, I think it's a trillion or something, but it's like trillion light years of
Trillion
like
light
in
years.
diameter. Yeah,
That's just the known universe too.
that's yeah, that's just the known universe.
We don't even know if that number's
Cause
correct either. Like, that's insane.
yeah, I don't even know. But he said something like trillion, but I think that's out of the box where we can observe it through our telescope. With the telescope, I think we can go up to I think it's 43 billion light years. I think
Yeah, because we can
75.
we
Yeah,
can see um like light. That was from the same video. Like, you can see light that came from the Big Bang. With
yeah.
with the technology we have now. So that's the farthest we can go. But trillion is not.
Y-
Actually, trillion is a farther amount away, but that's fucking crazy,
Just
dude.
imagine light years, man.
Yeah.
You know how long it takes to be one light year in equivalence to our human years? It's like I think roughly like 10,000, yeah, roughly 10,000 to 70,000 human years of
No, it's
Earth
not
year.
that much.
No, a light year,
One
man.
light year is not that much.
No, you have to check it, man. One light year is far.
It is not that. I don't think it's
A,
that much. Wait, let me
a
see.
light year is basically how much light travels in 1 year, right? So just to think of it as human years, because the light speed is what 6 trillion miles per hour.
Is it that far?
Yeah, dude, it's fucking far. Here, I'll search it up.
I'm searching it up right now. Light year to Earth. You're
But yeah,
just.
it's roughly like in the thousands of human years.
I don't think it's that much.
No, it is. It's pretty far. Even though it's like a year, like even though in our sense it's like 1 light year, it's pretty far. Because light year is based on measurements, not the actual the hours that we scale in.
Yeah.
And so
Oh no, you're right. Oh,
yeah, it's pretty far,
a
man.
light
Or it's pretty
year's
long.
a light year's 9.4 trillion kilometers.
And if you translate that to years
Oh,
or
it
the
wasn't.
amount of time it
Yeah,
takes,
it wasn't. What did you say the number was?
it's like 1,000 or something, 1,000 plus
I thought you
years,
said like.
human or
I thought you
Earth
said
years.
10,000. I guess you were
Oh
right.
no, 10,000, 10,000 if you were to go like 4 light years, which is basically the approximate distance to Alpha Centauri.
Oh yeah, you're right. It's about 1,500 years.
Yeah, man. Pretty long.
1,500 years. Yeah, that's long.
Yeah.
And to think like
Um,
you'd have to create technology
like
um
a warp speed.
that goes faster than, well, it has to go at the speed of light, but
Well, you can't really go speed of light because based on
you would
relativity, you
die.
can't really. You'd
You'd
instantly die
die,
because
and
you
I
have
think
mass.
yeah.
You have to be massless in order to be at light speed. That's why like photons or energy, like light from energy,
Mm.
like they can travel because they're massless. It's just photon.
Yeah, that's true because there's no mass in it.
So, so mad.
Yeah, I guess.
But there is some sort of consideration in terms of being that fast. I think scientists are trying to project roughly if humans are capable to make supersonic or warp speed machine or spaceship. We're looking towards like I think 10% of light speed, or just yeah I
Ten
guess
percent of light speed. We should say.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So that's like, I mean that's still slow, but that's still fast,
it's
in our
still
in
pretty
our measurement.
fast. Do you feel tenth of a
Te-
light year or light speed? And light
Yeah.
speed is like fast.
Mhm.
Like that's crazy.
It
But to think like back on the topic of life in other, universes or planets, like you think, I'm not sure, man. Like this just boggles my mind to think that we could be the only forms of life, in the known universe, for in fact, if you think about it.
exactly. Yeah.
Because you're bound to think that with all these options, the probability of having another form, some sort of form of intelligent life, would be a little higher than you'd think. And the guy was saying in the podcast, Joe Rogan's podcast, is that if there were forms of intelligent life, you'd be able to see it. You'd be able to see it through the telescopes and stuff. You could
Yeah.
observe the planets and see that oh, there's water here, or there's cities here, or buildings, or however it works like that. So it's
Yeah.
pretty freaking
Definitely.
insane. It's insane. And then if you go,
But
oh, go ahead.
oh no, go go. Just continue.
No, go. I didn't know where I was going with that. Let's go.
Oh. But yeah, yeah, it's pretty amazing. And just right off the bat, like it gives like totally new different perspective. But
Cutting out.
it's trying to find. We're always trying to we're always in the mind of trying to find other life forms outside of our universe. But just to think that we're the only ones kind of gives us like that loneliness
Yeah,
aspect.
like if
But that's what, yeah. That's what drives us to challenge like our science and our technology, like to find like evidence that there's life on other planets or on other universe or galaxies.
yeah,
And so
that's why I like Elon Musk because I think he's doing that. You see his new Starship rocket?
Oh yeah, he's developing. I think it's for is
He already
transport
made.
to Mars.
Yeah, he already made like the first. That's only the first part.
He just made a
Or I think.
prototype.
Or yeah, it's a
Not really.
model. I think.
Yeah, it's
But
just a prototype, not necessarily like an
but
actual
that was the
like. Th-
first section of the
Yeah,
starship.
I think he was building it on like his Texas grounds, like his
Yeah, he's at this small
yeah
Texas place. I was watching a video about that,
yeah.
but that's only the first half of it. That's the top half. He has a whole nother section that he wants to attach to it, which is gonna be like
No, that def
fucking
huge.
huge, like bigger
Yeah,
than Falcon Heavy and BFR. I don't know if he did
Fuck.
BFR yet, but no, he didn't.
Yeah
Falcon Heavy I think is the biggest one so far, but it's gonna be bigger than
yeah.
that, like fucking
Wait,
100
is
times
that
bigger.
just is that just the spacecraft or is that like with the whole rocket itself?
That's just the spacecraft. I don't know. Like, it's just two sections of it. Maybe like the first stage and second to get to
Because I
Mars.
know
Because Mars is
NASA
pretty
built the
far.
big. Yeah, it's pretty far. But NASA built the biggest, I think, from what I remember, like the biggest rocket propulsion
Yeah, which
when they
one was
launched.
it? Which
I
one?
forgot I forgot what it was, but it's fucking huge.
Yeah, I know.
And then yeah, it was pretty huge. I think yeah, I forgot what it was. It was I know it was this one of the shuttle missions, like the Atlantis missions, I think,
Yeah,
or
shuttle
Challenger.
missions. No, Challenger
There's
blew up.
challenge. Oh, Challenger blew up, but the other yeah, I think it's Atlantis, the name.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that
yeah,
was
dude,
huge.
yeah, just to think that Elon Musk is just furthering that interest of finding other parts of life or even or expanding our life here on Earth is just mind-boggling.
Yeah, that's insane. Just to think, like, if his plan like goes through and he figures it out to go 10, uh, I think his plan was like 10 or 20 years would be on Mars. First
Yeah,
off, or maybe like even 10 years would be on the moon again.
at least 10 years, he said. At least
I
10
think at
years.
least 10 years would be on the moon again. I think that's what he said, and then at
Yeah.
least 20 would be on Mars. Because at the
hmm
rate this
Yeah,
world,
I think
at
2030, I think 2035 is what he
something like
said.
that, yeah. If we still here
Yeah.
to see it, because the world is going to shit, because
Yep.
climate
Climate change.
change and pollution that nobody seems to care about. Really,
Yep.
yeah.
That's true.
I'm trying not to go into politics because I don't want to go into politics anymore. We can talk about it on the off
It's
chance.
okay.
I know it's just a
Yeah.
thought I had, but yeah, like people like Musk, he doesn't care about how much money he's making. He only cares like
He cares about our
saving
freaking
humanity.
he cares about saving humanity and not only humanity, but just like to further on technology.
Yeah,
Like
especially
to make things happen.
yeah,
Yeah.
especially with SpaceX and even Tesla. Like he's making a car that's popular, selling, and there's zero emissions on it. It's electric, which is crazy.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah. And I think when it comes to terms of, I guess, like going back to the topic of, is there any possible alien? And I mentioned this about the light years. Like Alpha Centauri is like 4.25 light years
yeah,
away from Earth. Actually, I think Elon Musk was part of the conference, but I think it was Elon Musk, Stephen Hawking, and a bunch of scientists. But I think they're proposing or actually planning to do this project called Starshot, which basically is these like kind of like diamond sized kite with like centimeter by centimeter microchips inside.
mm,
I think they're gonna send it out to Alpha Centauri through lasers based on like a bunch of like satellite systems like huddled over. Like those big ass satellite like in Arizona.
yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna use that to like target the laser into one specific area, and then they're gonna throw a bunch of these I guess diamond size kites over the laser, and it'll just continuously shoot
Just
over
go into that
lasers.
direction.
You go in that yeah, and go in that direction. And I think with that plan, I think they're trying. I think it's approximately 20% light speed with that laser.
Mm.
So that's pretty
That's fast.
amazing. Yeah, that's pretty fast. Just to think that's 20% of light speed. That's like 20 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is crazy. Like
Yeah,
and
in
yeah,
20 year. Yeah.
in 20 years, like that would be and then the closest planetary system.
Yeah,
That's
definitely. Yeah,
crazy. Oh yeah, it's called Breakthrough
20
Star Shot.
yeah, breakthrough star shot. So it's 20% of light speed, and within this microchip embedded, they also have like this kind of like I don't know, some camera shit or some scientific thing that they're gonna use to kind of snapshot what Alpha Centauri is. But again, it will take another 20 years to come back to us. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, how would you make it come back?
It's just wavelength, man. Like the energy, like how we observe galaxies, right? Or far away distance. We observe them through radio waves or wavelengths from different spectrums of the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
universe.
yeah.
So yeah, dude, it's fucking cool.
I was thinking like, how would you bring
But
it?
we'll be like
How would you bring
60
it
years old.
that though?
How much what?
How would you bring it back if you're saying if that's how I
It's
didn't
not
read
a.
how the program works, but I'm just assuming if you
It's
say it
not.
has to come back.
I think from what I said, or from what I said, from what I read on the Breakthrough Starshot project, I think it's just a one-time deal. Cause I don't know if you want to bring it back. I don't think they don't have the energy to bring those mini diamond kites to to Earth.
I was gonna say
Cause it
like,
would take.
yeah, I think you
Yeah,
just
they
have to
wouldn't.
you'd have to give it a boost because in space there's it's a vacuum, so there's no like speed or gravity, so it just keep going
But
in
you
that
gotta
direction.
take into account of like a lot of like micro particles that could damage these um these kites along the way, right?
Well, that's the
Or
risk
these
you take.
boulder sized.
Yeah, that's the risk you
Yeah,
take, I guess, making it in a kite shape. But I mean, like,
yeah, but that's the but
satellites and stuff have, they survive. Like Voyager, they
yeah.
survived past like Pluto, past our solar system. I think
Hmm.
Voyager's still going. I think it died.
Voyager is still going. I no, Voyager's still going. I think it's gonna die roughly around I think 2025.
Yeah,
Yeah.
only
So,
operated for
um,
42. It's been operating for
yeah,
42 years.
40 years, man. 40 years.
Oh yeah, it's still
It's
operating.
crazy.
That's crazy, dude.
I think they turned off roughly I think 60 to 70% of their gadgets and like their tech of Voyager.
Yeah,
So I think what's up I think what's left there is just like the solar the solar capabilities where it bounces off waves from the sun to kind of boost it off into the distance, and then I think some like radio transmission, but
yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
that's
Yeah, I
crazy.
think I was reading. Yeah, I was. It's so. What fascinates me is that I would always read whatever like its distance is like approximately now, and so I think from the last time I read it, I think it's like roughly like 40. I think I remember it's like 20 AUs or per unit.
Yeah, away.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was like 20, 20,
aeronautic. Yeah.
20 billion kilometers
Let
away from
let me
Earth.
see. Voyager 1. Uh,
No, yeah, it's 20. It's about
location.
20 bill. Oh, location 20 billion kilometers away.
20 billion. Wait, let me actually see the actual.
No, yeah, it's
It's
20 billion.
13 billion. No, 13 billion miles away,
Those
which is
miles.
147. Yeah, 13 billion miles away, which is roughly 147 aeronautical units away.
That's crazy. That's a lot.
But they're going only like what, like point something percent of light speed. Because I think from what I saw, I think it was like roughly like 17,000 miles per hour, or 23,000 miles per hour, going through space.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's insane,
Or
man.
actually, it's 38,000 miles per hour. I'm on I'm on the NASA website right now. So
Yeah. Okay, what was I gonna talk about now? Oh yeah, I was watching the same. It was the same interview but a different clip about black holes, and he was explaining how black holes work, how there's different kinds. There's supermassives, the ones in the center of galaxies. There's regular black holes that are created by what is it called? The death of a star. Neutron stars and photon stars. And he was saying
yeah.
how if you were somehow, sucked into there, there's no escape. That is your reality. That is you going into the future, into the singularity. if you don't know what it is, just go look up a diagram of a black hole. There's this point in the middle which is so just like you can't see it. Nobody knows what it looks like, but it's just so dense that it just has all this gravity that just pulls it in. That's why it's called a singularity in the middle, and
No, yeah, definitely.
on the outsides it's called I think the event horizon. That's the
Mm-hmm.
point. That's the point at which you would enter.
Point of no return.
Yeah, that's basically the point of no return. Once you get stopped, like not even light can escape. I'm pretty sure people know this already, but trying
Yeah.
to sound smart. But it was saying like how if um if Earth is moving to the future, that is you moving into the future into the black hole, and how the black hole is like
Yeah.
fucking insane, and
Yeah.
uh like how when a supernova occurs, you know what a supernova is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the explosion of a star because I think the core turns to iron and
It
there's
just it
just not enough
just
fuel
it just
left.
ends. It's basically the end stage of a star.
Yeah, and then its weight basically collapses on it and like think of it.
Yeah.
I guess think of
Becomes like
it just collapses in on itself and it explodes, releases energy.
yeah. It could turn into a neutron star, or yeah, it could just be a supernova, which eventually turns into a black hole.
Yeah, that's options. I think
Yeah.
photon or neutron star or a black hole, which usually um I
Yeah.
think it usually depends. It depends on the size of the star too. Like if the
Yeah.
star is like ginormous, like bigger than our star at like the red giant phase, then it'll probably turn into a black hole. But if it's just like I think if it's the size of our sun or a little smaller, it'll turn into a neutron star. But neutron stars and like photon stars, they still have like it's basically a black hole, like just without the hole, I guess,
Yeah. Basically.
without
Yeah.
like the event horizon singularity. It's just this
Yeah.
giant, like fast spinning star that is so dense.
Super.
It's so dense that it'll do the same effects of a black hole, but I guess it just doesn't look like a black hole or it doesn't have some of the same properties. But
Yeah.
that was fucking cool.
And
I like
it's
that.
pretty fucking heavy too if you think about it. I think it like when a sun collapses on itself, I think it's like becomes super heavy to the fact that anything like light goes around it, it just traps it and basically
It just takes it.
just takes it, man.
Yeah, it's
Super.
just
It's like just imagine like the weight of the Earth compressed into a one golf ball. That's how heavy it is.
it's heavier than that. It had the mass of
No, that I
it had the
no, but
mass.
that's an analogy there,
Oh
right?
yeah, it is, I guess. But it's like
Yeah.
it'll have the same mass, I think, as the star that it was once, but it
Yeah.
would be
But it'll
just
be compressed
it
in
just be compressed. I think he said like
you
10 mile. It would be just 10 miles across, and you think
yeah, it'll just be like the
that's like the
yeah.
size of Maui.
Yeah, it's like the size of Maui. Or not even Maui, this is
Not
like the
even
size of Kihei.
that. Yeah, it's the size
Yeah.
of Kihei. ten
Yeah,
miles
basically.
across has the mass of a fucking like super giant. Oh, I forgot what the stars are called. Like a red giant
Red
star,
giant, yeah.
or just the same amount of mass it had when it exploded. Like that is fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I go
dude.
nerdy fucking over that shit.
Dude, yeah, just realizing like a lot of like these astronomy um astrophysics, it's just fucking
You're
and it's
cutting
cool to
out
learn
again.
too cuz like I'm cutting out but anyways, yeah, just realizing like these astrophysicist facts and like a lot of the astronomy facts, it's just really mind-boggling to like, to come to, take it into to our minds and stuff. Because a lot of people don't really realize that like the universe is fucking huge.
It's ginormous.
It's yeah, it's and then what's scary too is that I think one of these YouTube channels they were mentioning, but because like how fast I guess the supposed Big Bang speeding, which is dark energy. If
Dark
you guys don't
matter,
know,
yeah.
dark matter, yeah, dark matter, but whatever this energy is pushing a lot of the galaxies or any astronomical thing like galaxy. It's pushing us away like a farther.
Yeah, it
And what
is.
kind of scare and what is kind of the scary thing, I think this is what Neil deGrasse Tyson said. Like, could there be uh could there be like galaxies or I guess any astronomical thing that humans previously observed like eons ago that one day lost its, lost the I forgot what he said, but it lost the accountability of, science and like evidence and proof and like measurements that one day it just went gone and disappeared.
Just disappeared.
And then yeah, it just disappeared. And now we're in the beginning of a new age where whatever we're discovering now will soon be gone for the next generation to come.
Next
Isn't that
year.
fucking
It's
scary?
fucking crazy that like
That's fucking
if you
scary
think
and
about
crazy at the same
like
time.
how stuff that existed before just didn't exist again because of
Yeah.
how dark matter is slowly
Like
closing in on
here's
us.
another cool fact if you guys don't know the audience, but I think Neil deGrasse Tyson said that roughly one galaxy orbit is roughly 240 million.
Was that
That's basically that's basically since the dinosaurs age,
240
or
million years?
240 million years, roughly around there, give or
Oh, you
take.
say like the
240.
galaxy orbit?
Yeah, the galaxy orbit, our own Milky Way galaxy. That's one astronomical orbit,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah.
that's basically the same length since the dinosaur.
Yeah.
Can't you believe that, bro?
That's
Like
crazy.
since the dinosaurs and after the dinosaurs, 240 million years later, if we just went another astronomical orbit,
That's crazy. Like
dude, it's fucking mind-boggling.
yeah, that's crazy. Like what if like um I'm not sure how time would work. It's I guess time would work the same way if you're in the same galaxy. If you
Yeah,
just rotate.
it's just relativity and like reference to whatever you're measuring.
Yeah. I was watching this one
Yeah,
video if like I think if you're going a certain like speed, light speed it was something about black holes and light speed, I think, that you could
yeah,
look if you went like in time in light speed for a few years and came back, you would either be
yeah,
in the past or in the present. You would still
yeah,
be in the the future. You would be in the present. But, you'd
yeah,
age, let's say you go into light year for like 5 years and then you come back. I think what is the equivalent like what was it like 1500 years or something? You said?
1500. Yeah,
And
one
you
light year. Yeah,
you come
1500. Yeah.
back and they're like all fucking the society is different, or you go back to like let's say like the Napoleonic age and you see fucking France taking over the world.
Oh yeah. I think Neil deGrasse also said that too.
Yeah,
Like if you were to go to a distance of roughly 240 million years, like how I said, I'm gonna say this again, 240 million years to another planet or galaxy, and you take this gigantic ass telescope and look back to Earth, you
you would
could
see the
possibly
dinosaurs,
see
yeah.
dinosaurs. Yeah, the
Yeah.
dinosaurs.
That was like when I heard I was like, "What the fuck? That's crazy."
Yeah,
You
but
could
that's just the wavelength though. Like that's just like the light or energy that's just reflecting off of Earth.
Yeah,
But you don't know what's happening on
that's what it
Earth
was.
though.
That's what it was. You could see the lights from Earth. So
Yeah, but
what would be happening in Earth would be regular, but what you're seeing is from, light from the past.
yeah,
That is fucking
it's
crazy.
fucking crazy, dude.
That is insane.
That's something
I go
like
so nerd over this.
yeah, like when you smoke weed. Just kidding.
Okay.
Yeah, like when you're high as I'm just kidding, but yeah,
Only
dude, it's
make like,
fucking
yeah.
yeah, dude, just make fucking a joint right now. I'm just kidding.
No,
No,
I'm just
I don't.
saying I'm just saying
I don't condone drugs. I'm just kidding.
wow,
But yeah, dude,
what
it's
if
just
oh yeah, keep going.
but yeah. What was it called? What if what?
What?
You were saying something?
No, I was gonna talk about marijuana, but that would be off topic.
Oh shit! No, 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 no. We'll stay in this space science news.
I love space.
Yeah.
I hate
Dude,
biological
man.
science though. Fuck that.
No, yeah, dude. Honestly, the reason why I went to we went to the STEM conference right back in intermediate school.
Yeah. I forgot
Yeah,
everything what I
dude.
learned there.
The one of the things that kind of fascinated me is like the night. I think it was like night event where you got to go up this at the roof at the penthouse,
Oh yeah, and you can do the telescopes,
and
yeah.
then you could use the telescopes. Yeah, dude, I fucking saw Jupiter and fucking Saturn and Mars and shit. I'm like,
Yeah, I didn't
oh.
I didn't look to that. And it was like such a good. I think the full moon was out too, or like a moon was out too.
Yeah, all I think all 4 or 5 planets were out during that time.
Yeah, and the sky was just clear. It was like perfect. I didn't look through it though. I don't know. I think
Yeah.
it was lollygagging
It
somewhere
kind of
else.
made me dizzy, though. It kind of made me dizzy because like the orientation of like how usually you see planets like on Google Images, it's like straight upright where it's rotating like on a horizontal
Yeah.
90-degree, right? When you look at the telescope, you're actually angled. Like a lot of the planets are like angled like tilted like 25 or 45 degrees. So you
Yeah.
have to like kind of turn your head. But I don't know if that I guess that reference or your sight changes when you're out of space. I don't know. It just
Maybe.
made it kind of made me dizzy when I looked at it. Like, oh shit, it's supposed to be. I'm looking at this way,
We get
but
an
if you
angle.
tilt your head, that's the actual. Yeah, it's the angle.
Yeah.
So,
That's fucking crazy,
but yeah,
dude.
yeah.
What else is there to talk about like space and stuff?
Um, I think China is proposing a new plan to send people, or I don't know, as like have a mission to go to the moon roughly next in the next 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
India's catching up too as well. Uh,
It's about time you send someone
Space
back to the
SpaceX
moon.
is still working.
It's been
I think okay. What going back? I think it was like 2035 is what Elon was trying to plan
yeah.
for the moon. I could be wrong, but I don't know. It's just some 10 years.
10 years from now. It's about time though. Like,
Yeah,
you think why would we only go that one time? Why haven't we gone back?
10 years,
I
dude.
think
We'll
because
be,
I think because of the time was at was during the Cold War and they just wanted to show off. We didn't really
yeah,
have
it
an
could be.
interest to go back.
Dude, we'll be 30 in 10
If
years.
that happens, yeah.
Yeah, if that
I'll be
happens, dude.
28.
Can't you believe it's we're coming to the age of a new decade,
Yeah.
the 20s
Okay.
now,
Okay. Let's go to this topic.
2020s.
Do you realize? I realized like quickly that like um we're almost fucking 20 years old, and
Yeah,
you
20 years
have
old,
all this
man.
life. You realize that almost 20 years of your life has gone by like that. If you
Yeah,
think
dude.
about it,
Super fast.
it's fucking crazy, and it makes you think like, damn, you don't actually have a lot of time here. It's a scary thought,
Yep,
but it's an eye-opening thought to have. Like, you don't have that much time here. You don't even know if your next day is promised. Honestly, you're
that's true.
put on this earth. You're born, and your only guarantee is death.
Yeah.
I don't.
Death and
I don't.
taxes.
I want to say yeah, death and taxes. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw
Those
that.
two things.
Yeah. Well, let's just
Yeah.
say the death part. I'm quoting from somewhere. I don't know where. If someone can quote me, please quote me. I don't want copyright. But yeah, the only thing you're guaranteed in life is death. And
Yeah.
I think that's what's made me like had a drive to do other things that
Hmm.
that'll break the status quo for say. Like in my other videos, I kind of privatize it because I think my parents were gonna watch, so I didn't want them to watch it. I was cussing a lot, but I was talking about how
Hmm.
to like, the college system really, it's not worth it anymore. I think because
Yeah.
for several reasons I read from this article. There's one article, so I don't know how credible it is, and I don't know how credible my statement is, but just from the stuff it said, um, how how the inflation of college degrees is going up because so much more people are getting them because that's what they're told to do. So the value of the
Yeah.
degree will go down. It's the same concept as money. If you have more of it, it'll go down. So
Yeah.
if you have all these people going into like business and science and health, um, the value of that work goes down because there's so many people doing it. So you wouldn't get compensated, paid as much. You know, I know like doctors and stuff will get paid a lot, but there's a shortage of them too. But that's
Yeah.
why to come back to the round of like the only thing promised in life is death. That's why I've kind of wanted to, I guess at some point
Live out.
if it comes out,
Just live out your life.
just live out. Yeah, just be free. Honestly, like
Yeah.
not just financially, just like socially, like spiritually, just be free from the captures of what's the word? Fuck, captures a society. Because society, it tells you to go to college, get a degree, work for the rest of your life, retire at 65 without benefits that you don't know is going to be secured. You know, Social Security is going to be gone by then because we fucking run out of money. You can't tax us anymore.
Yeah.
And keep spending goddamn money on the military that we don't need. That's another thing. Like the concept of military and diplomatic situations such as wars is unnecessary.
Yeah.
It's a drive from nationalism that was caused like a long time ago because these countries are made. um like the concept of war of this the concept of war itself is just dumb. I don't understand it. I know we've been in war for like 1,000 years since our existence, probably since like the first few humans were here somehow. I don't know how they were. I don't want to offend anybody, but um
Yeah.
war's just been a thing, and there's never been any good from it, from both sides. If you think about it,
That's true.
there's never
It's
been
very
any
true.
good. You take World War II, for example. um Hitler taking over Europe and Mussolini and Japan taking over Southeast Asia and all that. um
Yeah.
there was no point to I guess killing a millions of people just to gain territory and just spread your ideas, which I think leads on to a sub point of like ideologies, and how ideologies is kind of a touchy and kind of dumb subject that's only derived from your mind. Like there's no
Yeah.
proven way that it's gonna work. There's no proven way that people are gonna like it. So the fact that you want to take those ideologies and you want to, spread it across all this world by using war to spread it out is just absolutely insane. Like, why can't we just live in a society where war isn't a thing? Where,
Yeah.
um,
It's just peace.
where ideas are able to intermingle with each other and find peace and find, equality in it. Yeah, not
That's
like
why.
not like communism or socialism. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying just
Yeah. Yeah.
in
Yeah.
general how society should be all as one, and it shouldn't be divided among these ideologies. Nationalism and different countries just because they believe that they're superior. It's just
Yeah.
so dumb to me that there's just that that kind of divide around the world. Like, I think from sorry, I'm going on for a little bit. I'll let you talk, but I think from the point of our existence to the end of our existence, the human race, I think, I don't think they'll ever find a time where there'll just be world peace where everyone can agree on everything. I
Yeah.
honestly don't believe that'll happen. I feel like somewhere in the time in the future, there's gonna be,
Another
more.
war.
There's gonna be another war. There's gonna be another conflict that'll have casualties. I mean, there are wars going on right now in the Middle East, which is
Middle
completely
East.
ridiculous. I don't know why we're even in there.
Yeah.
Fucking Middle Eastern wars is. We went in there in 2001 because like the anti-terrorism stuff, and we've never
We even
left
went there.
since.
No, we've been there since 90 something during
Was it really?
Saddam
Oh,
Saddam
Saddam
Hussein, I
Hussein, yeah,
think.
yeah,
Saddam Hussein no, Gaddafi was like later on.
yeah, yeah. No, but I'm just talking about like I think after 2001, 9/11, how we've
Yeah,
never
90, yeah.
left there. Why are we fighting there? There's no point to be fighting there anymore.
Yeah. That's tr-
Like again, like war, there's no point to it. You know, I don't understand why it is. It's because people just have contrasting ideologies that don't mix with each other. But instead of sitting down and just like trying to discuss it, trying to find a middle ground, they just go straight to anger and violence, which I think is gonna kill. If it increase right now, it's not too bad, but if it starts to increase again, like the tensions during the fucking Cold War and World War II, society won't last longer if it keeps going. Honestly,
it's true.
there's bound to be an event where it could possibly end like society as you know it. There could just be a total restructuring. So yeah, I don't know if you want to add on to that. I've talked for like 5 minutes. But
No,
go
also
ahead.
perfectly ran. Are you okay, bro?
That's
I'm
just
just
the stuff I
kidding.
think on like a daily, dude.
Yeah.
But
No, yeah, I agree to an extent. Yeah, whatever, like, war is should be the last, or not even the last, should not be an option in terms of today's society and what's happening. Because we can resolve it through resolutions, coming up to a consensus with a group, between different countries and whatnot, or even just like trying to find things that will help us not just technologically, politically, or even economically, but just like to save the world, man. And kind of going back to this idea of like, having, the Earth itself, I think we should really focus on that first because, we're not really guaranteed, like how we said, like, our length span.
the
Because
time
like,
left, yeah.
yeah, yeah, time left. Because like the little kid who or the little girl who introduced or did like the whole
Greta, yeah,
speech at the
Greta Thunberg.
yeah, she she was amazing. She had to, how she put it between, uh, the summit and how she projected her idea that, that's like a life changing and like it just snaps everyone, to reality. Hopefully it does, but the fact that she acknowledges like we're still in that same fairy tale of economic prosperity is just fucking.
Yeah, economic prosperity isn't, I think, a real concern
Yeah,
right
dude,
now.
I think we should really focus on economic prosperity when countries, I think, from my perspective, when countries are more, or not are less adamant in having like an intertwine or like a
Conflict.
intermingle of ideas,
Yeah.
and yeah, and that would work. And with that exchange too, we should really focus more on, saving the planet itself, because I think climate change is a real thing. It's not a joke. It's never a fuck. It was never a fucking joke.
It was never a joke since
Since
the data was
yeah, it was
given.
never a
Yeah.
joke.
I
Yeah.
wish it was a
Can't you
joke.
bel can't you believe can't you believe like 40 years ago, I think during the 70s, the oxygen levels or the pollution levels were not even that high.
Yeah, that was the
And now we're
70s.
so now we're so populated now. Like our fucking green gas and our pollution in the air and stuff and our CO2 levels just, oh man, the levels are fucking crazy. It's like out of the
It's
charts.
crazy. Like, I don't know how you can even fathom
Yeah.
of people, like, how you can even reverse that kind of, effects that we've done to ourselves. Like, we just basically shot ourselves in the foot and fucking neck, honestly.
Yeah.
We don't have.
And I don't know, yeah, and I don't know if the years I sh- I'm seeing on social media or on the news, but I think it's on next year. If nothing changes by next year or at least by 2025, I think it's irreversible.
Yeah,
Like
there's
the
like
main the
2025 or 2030, like, it's irreversible.
yeah, or like anything that that we are still doing, right? Like if we're not changing it or reversing our, our fucking shitty actions to Earth, then we're basically fucked. So
Yeah, there's no,
there's
we're reaching the point of no return, basically.
yeah,
This is the
like
event
black
horizon.
holes.
Yeah, this
I'm
is
just
the
kidding.
event
this
horizon.
this reason,
We're
yeah.
approaching the event horizon, and the singularity is our imminent uh, extinction at this point,
Yeah.
unless something's done.
Wow, what a good analogy, man.
Dude, that was so
I like
good, right?
that was
Just
smooth, man. I'm gonna give you for that.
yeah,
Here's
thanks.
like a invincible high five.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Um, but like, you think that all these people that are protesting, you think they're gonna do something? The government isn't gonna do it. I mean, the government needs to step in because they have the ability to do that with the money they have. Like, they're able to create new programs, they're able to create new technology that'll be able to help reduce this thing. Like, this is one thing that
Hmm.
everyone can agree on, that climate change is going to destroy it. And I think,
Yeah.
like, America is 20% of like CO2 emissions. He said, I was listening to Joe Biden, that's what he said. So like, if
Hmm.
you, or is Andrew Yang, I think, I don't know. But if we were to cut all our emissions out, we'd take out a major chunk of, emissions in the world, which would actually be really helpful to the world, I think, if we all went, 100% renewable energy. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say 100% because 100% for the whole country is a little difficult in like different
That's
places.
just a little inaccurate. 100%. You can't just be,
Yeah, not 100. Maybe like
there has to be
high.
some substance. Yeah.
Yeah, in places
Like maybe like
where.
the high 80, high 90s,
Yeah.
but not 100.
Yeah,
100
I mean,
is
just
too,
get to
yeah.
our emissions down. I think just get our emissions down to like
Yeah.
single digits, if not any. Um, because countries are already following suit. Like I think Europe is. I don't think Europe's doing too bad with carbon emissions and stuff. I think they're pretty clean, to
China,
be honest.
I think
China
China
is the
is pretty
biggest. I think
fucked.
China and like India
China, India, and then us, I think.
and us, yeah, are like the biggest greenhouse
Yeah.
emission.
I saw one of these facts and statistics. I think one third of any carbon emissions comes from uh China's people smoking cigarette.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude. And they even made a comparison like we're only 14% or roughly like 10% of Americans are smoking. So even if you would take this huge group from our population out from being smokers,
Yeah.
it wouldn't really grasp or give any change compared to the amount of people that are smoking in China. See how fucking comparison is?
Yeah, that's
It's fucking crazy.
crazy. Yeah, China's the big. I'm looking at this pie chart. China's about, according to this one, is 28% of emissions. This is from 2005, or 2015.
Yeah.
Sorry,
So yeah,
2015.
it's roughly one third. Yeah.
28% is not one third, but
Well, one third is 33.3%, right? That's like,
actually,
come
I
on.
guess I just say quarter. And then
Yeah.
United States is about 15, 20%. And then
Yeah,
the
15,
next two big
14%,
ones
yeah.
are India, which I was right. India is 6%, and Russia is 5%, and Japan is 4%. And then all the other major countries like, um, South Korea, Mexico, UK, Australia, France, Italy, Poland.
Yeah.
They're all like 1% each, so they have like really no effect. But probably the whole EU, or the whole entirety of Europe is
European Union,
probably, well, not all countries are part of
when
the
they add up,
European Union, but I think
yeah.
all European countries are probably gonna say like maybe like 10, 15% maybe ish,
Yeah.
which is not bad. Like
It's true.
you can't really cut everything down, but if you were to take like China, the U.S.,
And
India, and
US,
Russia, like
India, Russia, yeah.
I mean, especially China and the U.S. I think if we do that, that's 30%. Like that's almost 40. That's almost half of emissions down, if you think about it.
Yeah.
And that would
It's
be a
true.
game changer. Like if somehow,
Yeah.
I don't think at
And
this.
plus too, if you were to combine that with like our methods of recycling, going like green, like recycle, like recycle free on our materials and waste and whatnot. That's just like a basically a double bonus, an advantage to our, you know, survival, I
Yeah,
guess. Yeah.
it's scary though to think that like if in 10 or 15 years we don't do anything, like it's imminent extinction.
Yeah.
You think like in our
It is.
lifetime? Like I didn't think that was gonna happen. So
Yeah.
like if you have 20 years left, like fuck them, just do whatever you want. If
Yeah,
nothing's
dude.
done. But
That's the reason why fucking Bill Nye's mad, man.
oh yeah, Bill
Fucking
Nye.
pissed off. He's so pissed off because people are not fucking doing anything.
It's because like
Yeah, he's yeah, and he's been saying this even on like on CNN,
yeah.
fucking news channels. He even did like a rebranding, or not rebranding, like he did like another show where he talks about like, this climate change and like kind of like a spin-off from his Bill Nye the Science Guy TV show.
No,
And
I
people
know
are
what you're
still
talking
not
about.
following
Yeah.
him.
It's not
Yeah, people are still
it's the government that's not fun. They're the ones that has to step in and do something.
That's true.
Like all these
Because
private
they're
companies.
the only ones has like the most
Yeah,
power.
like I said, they
Because we
have the
can only do
power.
so much as citizens. Yeah.
As citizens and private companies, we only can do so much. Like you
Yeah.
can only plant so many trees. You only can like pick up so much trash on the beach. Like it's
Yeah.
not gonna be an easy process to do. And
Exactly.
I think like probably like because majority of the people now are millennials and like Gen Z, like us. We're concerned. Majority of us are concerned about the hope for the future.
That's true.
That's why I was surprised to see that when they had the Democratic debates, they're not getting into politics, but I'm just saying that the topics, like the main concerns were, the top one was healthcare. It was fucking healthcare
Yeah.
in the U.S.
Healthcare.
Mine
Mm-hmm.
would have been, I mean, I guess I can't really say anything because I'm still on my parents' health care or health insurance,
Yeah.
but I understand it's fucked up, but I won't go into that. But I would say, in my opinion, that the top issue should be climate change and how it's it's affecting everything because we can see it. Like I can see the effects, like all the fires that are starting there at home, and you had fires over here too in Arizona. The
Yeah.
first week I came, there's like 3 fires, like the whole week, and I was
Shit,
like
man.
fucking like, oh god, like I can see the effects of it. And then you
Yeah.
see the effects on TV of like the ice melting ice caps, the plastic in the ocean, and how it's killing. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. Oh, how it's killing the ocean life. We're just polluting our planet day by day, just for money. It's all for money, honestly. If you think
Yeah,
about
dude.
it, like we can't get over how how we want money, how greedy we are all in ourselves. Like we try to do good things, but deep down that you just want money, and that's what all these like big, you know, companies that produce all this kind of greenhouse gases are doing. It's just producing, uh, chemicals that go into the air.
Yeah, dude. It's pretty fucked.
Yeah, I was watching his.
We just really have to like what was it? Sorry.
No, keep going. I forgot.
Yeah, just because I can probably understand in your perspective that there's a lot of process that has to be taken into consideration when it comes to like these big things. Like we can't really just like do like talk the talk and not walk the walk because like there's a lot of steps to do in terms of that. But even still, man, like at least have like the motivation and drive. Like consider like the future, man. At least for the people who's gonna run for the position that you are right now and for any available positions in the government, like we want to at least try to provide for them. But I guess it's probably in the ignorance and the bliss of people, and especially in this day and age where they're just majority are old people in
Yeah,
the
that's
government,
why the only people that
and they
vote are old
yeah they
people.
don't they're tired of doing anything and they're just gonna leave it off to us to be
Yeah,
thrown in the trash with that. The future is basically ours to be dealt with, and so that's
yeah.
pretty fucked.
It's basically their fault too. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck, man? You handed off this over this shit problem to
And this
us.
kind of idea doesn't and that's I this idea doesn't have to be in just for like climate change. It can just be in voting. The people who we elect, like the government style, like how our country's being run,
Yeah,
uh, like the economic stimulation in terms of the decisions made by the government. So all these things really is
important factors. Yeah,
it's an important factor. Yeah, it's all essentially like a trifecta in terms of sustainability and like reliability in terms of people who we do deal with.
yeah. Well, the thing is, like, all these people. I don't know if I said this already in the podcast, but it's people. They're calling for change from the government and stuff, but they're not taking action.
Yeah,
Action would have to be like trying to find like valid solutions to the problem that we have now, which is insane. Like I think I met this one guy in my English class. He said he's majoring like environmental stuff or whatever because he sees the problems that are happening. I'm like, fucking applaud you, man. Like that you realize that and you actually want to do something. Like that's the kind of things we need in life. We need people
yeah.
that are willing to do the change, like take action, not just go pandering on the. I know like protesting in the streets isn't like it gives it gives a good message to the government, but
And so
what
they
trumps
can only
that?
do so much.
Yeah, they can only do so much, and the government's not gonna listen. They don't care. They're gonna see like, oh, that's cool, whatever. Turn off the TV. It's the action that you do
Yeah,
that's gonna change it. So
yeah,
yeah, I think that's the old saying is action speaks louder than words. In this case, it's going to action is gonna pay
yeah,
off more than just screaming in the streets to tell them to do something.
yeah. It's true.
All right, so
And this is Andrew Yang, right?
I'm not saying specifically Andrew Yang. I'm just saying in general.
Just general people running. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, because
No, yeah,
I don't
I
really
think.
know Yang's climate change policy really.
Oh yeah, but yeah, but maybe in the general, I guess, like how you said. But yeah, I think people need to take actions. Times have changed. It's not just like the ordinary. All right, guys, we're gonna use recyclable stuff, or we're gonna just keep on wasting our materials and be the drive and be aggressive. But no, times have changed. I think we have to step up as citizens, and for the government to decide and to take initiative on
Yeah,
humanity.
it's time to wake up
And
to the problems.
take take the yeah. So I think time check we have roughly almost an hour. So we
We're
could
55 minutes in, I think. I accidentally turned off
so
the podcast art, so like I think like 10 minutes of it just black screen. So I'm like, oh shit.
oh shit.
Oh
So
well.
that's like roughly 50 minutes then.
We're about 50. We have 5 minutes. We probably go for another 10 or so. I don't want it to go
Yeah,
over
maybe another
hour half, but
10 minutes. Yeah, we could go like an hour and 5 minutes probably.
yeah, if we think of more topics though, because I'm really
But
lost. That was a good conversation though. We went off one
no, yeah,
topic.
that was very
Like
yeah, that was a
that's
very good
that's how
conversation.
a podcast should work. You start on one topic and you just keep going into different topics, which is a good
And
thing.
then I like how you kind of just tied in the fact of basically the event horizon, where if we don't fuck up, this is no point of no
Yeah,
return.
this is our singularity
Our
is our
singularity of
extinction.
imminent is extinction. That's pretty. That's
I
pretty.
like that.
Put it on a shirt,
I
man.
should quote.
Put. Oh, I should quote that. Yeah. Put a
Yeah,
quote.
at the rate we're
Get like a.
going, this is at the pollution we're doing and all this stuff we're doing to the planet. We're approaching the event horizon, and once we cross that, our singularity is human extinction.
Yeah, dude. Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty dope.
I
Put that
look
on a
back to
shirt.
exactly what I said. Oh shit, I hit my table. I look back at exactly what I said because I like that. I just feel like such a
Yeah.
philosopher right now.
Yeah, dude. Right.
Yeah,
Just like thinking this, like just being open-minded on how these topics and what we can do to kind of like talk about and discuss and debate.
yeah,
It's really cool to think about.
I like it. What do you think about AI? I think it's the last topic we'll talk about.
Oh yeah, I guess that can come into play in terms.
How do you think AI
Uh,
will change like society as because I know like people not to get into politics again, but like Andrew Yang is the one who's really critical about
pushing it.
yeah
Is he pushing it
critical.
or is he against
Well, he's not against it. He sees how
AI
it's
as a
evolving and
potential?
how we have to. Yeah, he sees the potential in it, but he sees how we have to work. You know, work to make the American people happy. But that's politics. I don't want to get into that. I'm just saying AI
Yeah.
in general, how it could help society progress in the future.
I think we could say for I think we could probably say the two sides of the argument, the for and the disadvantages of AIs. I think we'll start off with the for. I think AIs would be dope, because I think uh, it helped people with their work in terms of efficiency, and the work and any, I guess, human work that is generally like physically. How would you say, like it's physically like
Repetitive.
without like it's out of our reach, right?
Yeah.
I guess AIs can fill it in for that position, and can do whatever we humans cannot do, can solve can be solved through them. So that's the cool.
Yeah, I think AI in if it's put for useful things to progress in society in the future, I'm all for it.
Yeah,
But if it's for things that are used to create, conflicts and wars, that's
like
not
it's
a good thing.
counterintuitive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like we should be using AI to progress as a society, not as a way to destroy our enemies. This shouldn't
yeah.
be, this shouldn't be the making of
Another
artificially
Terminator.
intelligence to Terminator to
Yeah,
destroy, opposing countries, but it should be a way to create, maybe generate research. I know I was listening to Misfits podcast and Swagger was talking about how this university or like they made this AI program that could do like 20,000 years of human research in like a week. And that's fucking crazy. You think about it.
Wait, 20,000 what?
20,000
Years?
years of, or something like that. 20,000 years of research in a week. Like all these like
Holy
supercomputers
shit.
and algorithms and AI. Like that.
Yeah.
That's a way to use it correctly. I think, in my
Yeah,
opinion,
yeah.
is
Yeah.
just to use it to again progress in society, progress to what we know, so that we can know more stuff and go into the future, not stay in the
That's
present
true.
and use it as weaponry or uh, possibly even mass destruction, which
And a
is
lot of
crazy.
people, yeah, and a lot of people are considering why, ooh, I think AI should not be in our consideration because I think it's gonna be scary for us. We might fear that AI will turn over us. Well, think about it. AI is designed by humans, right? And they're only gonna help us so much to an extent where basically we're working with AIs, not they're working with like AIs are not working. We're not working for the AI. The AI is working for us.
Mm-hmm. We program it that
And if
way.
anything, it should not be counterintuitive. It should yet be more productive.
Yeah.
It should be like your third hand. It should be like another third tool
Yeah, I
or
like that. Third hand.
a second brain to an understanding of your material, right?
Yeah, that's how it should.
But you should never rely basically or solely on AI's purpose on driving productivity, efficiency, and technology. I think AI should be manufactured in a way where we can use it to propel our advantage as human, but not so much where it
Becomes a
turns over
weapon.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it becomes a weapon and whatnot. Because and at the end of the day, we're the ones designing it, and we're the ones to decide where to be used in
Yeah.
our future tasks.
But the scary thing is that
Yeah.
AI isn't just a program. It's possible for it to learn on its own. It's possible for it
Yeah,
to
that's why.
recognize
But you can't.
patterns.
Yeah, but at right, like how I said, it can only do so much because we as humans are the ones to program them to learn only so much of the information. Uh, and I don't know, it to me like I can see your point, but I think there's has to be some sort of like blueprint in terms of
How it's
like what
utilized.
yeah how it's utilized. And I don't really think it's gonna turn on us to be exactly because
Yeah, that's.
it's
I think
just
that's just Hollywood stuff. I'm trying to scare
yeah, it's
us.
just Hollywood stuff, yeah, because you as a as a scientist or whoever's designing the AIs, only you has the power to implement the AI's ability to recognize patterns and become its own entity, right? So you have that opportunity or that option or that button. But if you think about it, you can do other things that are way more beneficial, way more advantageous towards our success, and you don't really have to do that. There's other options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say on AI. Just we have to see where it goes. I think. As long as make it. Have you seen that robot? Like that lady robot that they made?
Oh, it's like a lot of celebrities, a lot of
No, yeah, it's like a
to talk to
robot.
her.
It's a yeah. I forget what her name is, but you can talk to her and she'll answer back, and it's the creepiest shit ever. I want to throw a hammer at it. That's what I want to do.
Oh my
Like
fucking
she
god.
she can recognize like things that people know, and it's fucking scary. That's the kind of shit that I don't like. When you make human like things that are able to replicate humans, what they do, what they say, what they think. That is creepy to me. I don't like that.
Oh yeah, like almost like human like.
Yeah, almost human like. I think the only
But if you
thing
think
that
about it
wouldn't make
though,
her
if
human is like if she
yeah.
had controllable hands and arms. That I would have destroyed that shit like if I saw it.
Oh, I guess. But they're only controlled with a power cable though. Just plug it, just like unplug it.
Yeah,
It'll
that's
just
true. That's true.
shut off by itself. Yeah.
No, but just in general to have the thought. Oh, it's called Sophia. That's her name.
Sophia, there you go, Sophia.
Yeah, Hong Kong based Hanson Robotics. I want to destroy it. That's what I want to do. That's fucking crazy. And you can talk to like they have interviews with the damn robot.
Yep.
Like reporters will interview it and it'll answer it on its own. On its own. Fucking
Yep.
scary.
It is pretty scary.
Imagine if it could. I'm just thinking like Terminator kind of thing, but imagine if it was smart enough to recognize like a way to create power, like you said, it's only plugged into a cord, which it obviously is. But if it found a way to connect to the internet wirelessly and found a power source in that wirelessly, and it could just control itself on its own, like Ultron or
Mm.
something.
Yeah, right.
That's
So.
more like Avengers and fucking Terminator shit. But
Oh yeah, a lot of the fucking
it's
superhuman
just
super
scary.
ability.
Yeah. But it's interesting. But
But
I'm still kind of iffy on it. I made my point.
yeah, it's still in the gray area. But I mean, there's some benefits that we've been seeing in terms of AI, but we'll just have to see from here.
Yeah, it's
Like we can't
inevitable
really
that's
just
gonna happen. You have to accept it. I've accepted it already. Like
we can't really
it's
yeah.
gonna create new things.
We have to observe because they're still in the process of putting or establishing the AI in the community around it.
Yeah,
So
that's
um
crazy.
and in terms of AI, I guess humans are becoming more cybernetically and like what I guess what Tesla like in connection to Tesla, Elon Musk is trying to propose what's that microchip where
Neuralink,
you
I
can
think,
access to the internet.
or
Then
open
yeah, the
AI
neural you're basically an AI where you can
connect to
link
the
your
internet.
knowledge to the internet. Dude, that's fucking sick.
That is crazy, dude.
That's fucking crazy, dude.
And you can
Imagine
like
how smart you
download
would
your
be.
memories, and you can download all that stuff. Oh my god.
Yeah, you download your memories and you can like basically like infinite amounts of information can be attained.
Yeah, I think
Can't
that's
you
how it
imagine that?
works. That is
Yeah.
crazy. Like everyone would be
That means
intelligent.
everyone will be intelligent. Two, you would no longer be like college would no longer be useful because a lot of people
I mean, I'm pretty sure
a lot of the
college would find
knowledge.
a way to use that
I
to their
yeah, I guess
advantage,
yeah, I
but
guess college would find a way, but in terms of education wise, like
you
a lot of
could
the
learn everything
academics
on
would be
yourself.
basically within a hand reach.
Just a thought.
Yeah.
Or the
Just a
thing is
thought.
that you don't have to wait then. You can still do it now. You still have the internet, the greatest invention like ever.
True.
You realize that the internet is only like what? When was the internet created?
Like
80s,
maybe
90s? I
like
think the 80s.
the
The
80s,
concept.
90s.
Yeah. It's only been
Still, yeah.
around for like 20 or 30,
Like
40
30,
years.
30 years, 30
That's
years.
crazy. And you think it's been there forever, but it's been there for a while. Not I mean it hasn't
True.
been there for a while, I should say.
Yeah.
Yes, fuck, dude. I like how this podcast went. There's a lot of
Yeah,
like
it's very interesting.
intellectual thinking. If you guys are intellectual and like really care about topics like this, leave a like, man. And I hope you look
Yeah.
through the whole video.
Leave a comment on the things that are, that are still mind-boggling in terms of science and stuff, because we're open to that,
Yeah, I love
especially
that
for the
stuff.
audience. If you guys are listening, like we're fucking, when it comes to this shit, like we like metaphorically, we're like the people who smoke weed about these things.
Yeah, we like this. I like this stuff, and he likes
But
this stuff.
we don't condone drugs. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no
We
drugs.
don't condone them. No drugs.
Clean,
Yeah.
clean. Maybe
We
until
we're
you're 21 at least.
clean body,
Yeah,
but
no smoking.
but no smoking. But yeah,
You can try
in
everything
depth
else, just
thinking.
don't smoke or inject. Okay.
Yep. But yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. I think.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something else. Oh yeah, I can talk shit to the people who hasn't listened through the whole video. So if you didn't listen to the whole video, fuck you. You're not intellectual. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh man, you're gonna lose our fucking audience.
I want
You're gonna lose
audience.
the. You're gonna lose like the people who are actually interested in listening to us.
I hope
Okay.
people listen to this. If you did, I consider
Okay,
you a
audience.
fellow
Audience.
friend, intellectual friend.
Disclaimer: if any of the information that we probably said is like
Y-
some sort of truth to it, just take it by a grain of salt. We
Yeah,
might
we're
have
not
these
we're,
facts.
we're not experts at all.
Yeah, we might have these facts like disproportionate, and like some of these like statistics like out of the range. But like you probably saw it in like some of these news and on the internet and stuff. So you could search it up.
Yeah, we're
But
basically just quoting articles and our opinions. So just take everything we
yeah.
said with a
So
grain of salt.
yeah.
But yeah, I think we're gonna wrap up there. We're hitting the 110 mark, which is more than enough time.
That's
It's
perfect.
better than a fucking like 2 hour podcast.
It's actually perfect
The only
for a
person that can
podcast.
do a 2 to 4 hour podcast is Joe Rogan. That's the only person that can do
Yeah.
that. which is
But you
crazy.
have to be smoking weed though. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, does he smoke weed every podcast?
Yeah, I think he's like a
I feel
weed.
like
He's like a,
I feel like he's
he's a
semi-high.
stoner. He's a stoner,
Yeah, and
like a
I
semi-stoner.
think he's for legal marijuana too and stuff, but I won't get into that. That's
I mean,
politics.
marijuana is legal anyways in California. So
Yeah, well, we won't get into political stuff. I want to stay away from politics because I'm not sure if any of you guys even like politics, so I won't. I'll try to steer away from that more.
we have that episode if you kind of
Yeah,
want if you guys want to
politics
keep
are
the
cool.
audience.
We talked about
Politics are
politics the
cool.
whole fucking episode.
Yeah.
I would have been bored,
So
but yeah, I see how that can only affect a few percentage of the audience. So we want to give you more interesting topics that you can think about, like space, time, reality. That was pretty cool.
right,
Climate
it's true.
change and AI, pretty cool. Hashtag Yang Gang, by the way. I'm voting for him.
Oh yeah, you joined the Yang Gang, right? It's
Yeah,
pretty
I
cool.
donated to him. All right. Uh, okay. This will
Can I do
wrap
the
up
closing?
this week. Fine.
Oh, okay. Yep. Or no, you say that. You say what you were gonna say. I'll do the closing.
Okay, all right. This will wrap up this week's episode. Yeah, go check out the previous episode, which I uploaded. I hope I uploaded, which is gonna be with a few other friends. I don't know what the title is at the time of recording this. I just finished recording that other one, so yeah, go
It
listen
should
to
be
that
up.
other one. It should be. I don't know. I'm gonna title it like our funniest or most fucked up episode ever, maybe. But
Yeah.
yeah, go check that out because that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, he's gonna do the outro now. I guess. I think. Yeah, go.
I think what the fuck? I'm the co-host. You think I'm gonna do the outro? Oh, fine. Anyway. All right, guys. Leave a like. Leave a comments below saying what are your facts? So what are your interesting topics to talk about for us? Um, yeah, man. Enjoy. This is the 53 podcast. Signing out. This is Nico, your co-host.
And this is Noah Martin Kinji Manuel.
All right. See you guys next time on a weekly podcast of the 53 Gang.
It's 5-3 podcast, well, whatever. Okay,
Or
bye.
5-3. Shoot.